Hey y'all, thanks for joining me on this spooky ooky evening in my lair. You know, your local Cajun ag. I've been getting over the suds, so I might sound a little funky, but I got some hot tea and I got a good story for you. So this one comes right out of the Bayou parishes, okay?
These are the Bayou parishes, counties to normal people.
It's about the Lutins. The Lutins have been the quintessential Cajun tricksters.
I'm a Lutin, not a gnome.
So much like the gnome, but rooted in French and Acadian history, these spirits are often described as the ghost of children, specifically died before they were able to be baptized. The common theme in all of the folklores. Keep your kids right. Get them in line. Baptize your babies. Scare tactics. I love it. It's crazy. These are described as tiny, shape-shifting troublemakers. Similar to leprechauns and hobgoblins, they like to play tricks
I like tricks, bone flutes, and insects.
and make you think that you lost things like your keys. And they tangle your hair. And they're little men with long beards that can shapeshift. I'd like to find me a Lutin. I might have one. If you have a domestic pet, say an all-white cat or dog, it could be a Lutin. That's what they do. They shapeshift into something very specific that can make its way into your home. And then they disrupt and cause chaos because that's what they like to do. So they are also known as the horse whisperers. So their most famous hobby is visiting the stables at night. And they braid the tails and the manes of horses into intricate, impossible knots called elf locks. Now, farmers often find their horses exhausted in the morning. And that's because the Lutins have been said to be riding horses all night long. That's what they like to do. They have this way of, making things vanish. So your keys go missing. Later on, you find them in the freezer. Your milk is sour. A Lutin is the traditional culprit. They are also blamed for tangling up fishing nets and hiding socks. So now we know where all the missing socks have gone with the Lutins. While usually envisioned as tiny, like gnome-like men in red hats, they are believed to be expert shapeshifters. So that's where they take on the form of animals and they sneak into the home. Darker, more sinister lore. The Cheval Bayard. This is a Lutin that takes the form of a beautiful saddled horse. It lures children to climb onto its back, and it magically keeps adjusting to the size of children. As many children can get onto this horse. That's how big this horse will get, magically. But what does it do? After it fits all the children onto its back, it gallops into the swamp area or the sea, and it drowns them. I don't want no Cheval Bayard. I'll take the little mischief maker, but not that one. There's a way to banish these. Do a few specific things if one is plaguing your house. There's the seed trick. So you scatter flax seed, or you could use coarse sea salt. You can throw that across the floor. They are obsessively tidy little creatures, and they feel compelled to pick up every single grain. Eventually, they get bored or frustrated, and they leave your house for good. Remember the Rougarou? He can only count to 12. So you confuse the Rougarou by putting down 13 items in front of the doorstep. The Rougarou counts all night long until the sun comes up and then he has to run away. Not the smartest bulb in the box there. But a salt barrier works as well. So much like other spirits, you can use salt and you place that around your doorways and your windowsills, and that prevents them from entering the home. And these little creatures are rooted in the French folklore, yes. But the stories, they were brought to Louisiana, and then they were localized, blending with Native American stories such as the Choctaw Bopoli. So we're going to find out what the Bopoli is. I'm sure it's coming. What we call the Nain Rouge, that's the red dwarf. So the red dwarf is a variant of this legend, so often blamed for like tricks as well. But these seem to kind of dwell in your home, and that can be quite scary. So I would suggest you don't take in the Lutin. If you find yourself an all white kitty cat, shoo it away. Don't invite your children to horse rides. Don't invite your children to the swamp. Don't let your kids go down Lover's Lane. Don't let them stop to pick up animals on the side of the road. I mean, at this point, if you live in the bayou, everything you do is going to get you a boogeyman. So, yeah. Well, that's my story for tonight. Hope you enjoy learning about the Lutins, and cheers.
Shapeshifting is terrifying.